So the point of traveling light is obviously having the lightest and the smallest things to carry at any given time, especially in shots like this where you've got somebody with delicate hands with weeny little muscles holding a big old camera. You want the package to be as light as possible. I do nothing around here. What is going on, guys? Welcome to another video by myself, JKB, where we do reviews, rants and randomness. This is going to be a review. So today we're going to be reviewing a versatile travel lens which is very light, compact, but very high image quality and is versatile. So if you're not into micro four thirds cameras, I suggest you turn away from the video now because it's not going to be for you. The lens in question is the Panasonic Leica 15mm f1.7. The specific one I have here is the DJI clone, but they are literally the same thing. It's just a DJI rebrand for their bigger Inspire 1 and 2 drones. Now this lens is a cracking option for anybody who wants to travel light with any micro four thirds camera. It makes my GH5 pocketable, and compared to my favorite and many people's favorite really, the Sigma 18-35 with the speed booster, it looks like a midget. But that's not a bad thing, because when you want to just go out and about and maybe catch some time lapses, hyperlapses, you don't necessarily want your setup to be very big or bulky. I mean, I have this Peak Design bag, and in the main compartment my camera with the Sigma 18-35 can struggle, and I have to worry about which orientation the camera's in just to make sure it fits in there snug and comfortably, and I have to avoid having anything at the top pockets so it doesn't bash against the camera body. So there's 5 things we're going to go over in regards to this lens, and we'll touch them very quickly, very briefly, so you can have a quick and snappy input in regards to some consumer advice, so to speak, if you're considering this lens or a lens for a micro four thirds camera. So first things first, some specs. This thing only weighs 115 grams and is 36mm in height. It is absolutely tiny. There are smaller lenses like the 20mm 1.7, which is a proper pancake lens, but without the lens hood, 36mm is what, an inch and a half. It is tiny, and paired with any micro four thirds camera, for the image quality you're going to get and the versatility you're going to get with something like the 1.4 times video crop that you can have on these Panasonic cameras, it is very versatile. So you'll have 2 focal ranges of 30 and 42 with the 1.4. Now with the lens hood is maybe about 45mm, so just under 2 inches, but it's still very small. You can see here, this lens is, with its lens hood, is almost the size of the lens hood for the Sigma 18-35. Ergonomically, even though it's small, it's not a hassle to use. It's just the right size that the manual focus and automatic focus button is usable, and the focus ring is also usable given its tiny size. So the ergonomics of this lens is, for its size, quite surprising, and don't let the size, even though it looks puny, put you off from considering this lens, because in my opinion it's definitely worth it. Now the other thing to consider is this is a native lens, and I was surprised with the autofocus, and I was surprised with the speeds of the autofocus, because being used to this Sigma 18-35 now for the last few months, is, you know, the lens is sharp, you know the lens is fast, you know you're going to get good video and image qualities from this lens, but you cannot rely on it for autofocus because it's slow AF. Get it? Slow AF as. Now even though this is quite fast, it's not the fastest Micro Four Thirds lens I have tested. The fastest ones I've ever tested is the Olympus 12-40 f2.8. Now when it comes to value, I would suggest you go for this DJI version and not the Panasonic version. What's the difference? Well, from what I've seen, you get a metal lens hood with the Panasonic version. You get a separate cap on top of the lens hood, as well as the lens cap itself. With this DJI version, I didn't get a box. I didn't get the little ring that you put on instead of the lens hood, and you don't get the cap on top of the lens hood. However, you do get a lens hood. It looks the same, it's plastic. You get a lens cap, and it was only £230 that I managed to get it used on eBay. So for something, the Panasonic version on Amazon goes for about £450 brand new. That's like half the price. It's, to me, a no-brainer. The same lens, just a rebrand out of the factory. With this lens, I can put it on my GH5, take the lens hood off and put it in a big jacket pocket. I can't do that with many other Panasonic lenses or Micro Four Thirds lenses. And it's still quite versatile. 30mm, the equivalent, is quite a very usable field of view. Whether you're vlogging just like this is what it's like holding an arm length on a GorillaPod. Okay, most of me is in here, well, the important bits anyways. Or you're going to be trying to film other people, other things, landscape photography, 30mm, come on, it's perfect. Punch into the 1.4 times crop built into Panasonic cameras and you've got 42mm, which is almost a human natural field of view. People always say 50mm is the closest. I tend to think probably around 40mm mark is probably closer, including some of your peripheral vision, because let's face it, when we look at things, we don't look like this. So that's it for this video. If you found it useful and you enjoyed it in any way and it helped you in any way, please like, subscribe, comment. I've got 38 subscribers, yippee. But I am very grateful for the 38 I have got so far, and hopefully I'll continue growing. If you guys like this content, please like, subscribe and share. Have a good night.